Picture this, it's 1325. You have arrived to your promised land after years of migration just to find out the promised land is a promised lake. So what do? Turn around and return to boring land-based agriculture? Of course not. Instead, you seize the opportunity and develop the hottest agrotechnology of the time, Chinampas. Chinampas are raised field systems which consist of narrow, elevated platforms surrounded by canals which may connect to a larger body of water. The first step in building a chinampa is to locate firm, shallow floor in the lake. Next, a rectangular perimeter is outlined with aguacate cuttings every meter. These cuttings grow into trees, which permanently define and provide structural support to the field. The third step is to fence the chinampa by creating a chinamil. Once finished, the chinamil resembles a box which prevents mud and organic matter from dissolving. Finally, the chinamil is filled with a layer of organic material up to 50 centimeters above the water level, which is set to dry for 2 weeks. Then, mud and other lake sediments are piled until a homogeneous layer is created. The process is repeated until the floating garden reaches a desired height. In modern agro-ecosystems, the management of flora consists of minimizing the number of crops present in a field, as well as continuous human intervention to eradicate non-edible species through chemical and mechanical means, resulting in monocultural fields. Conversely, chinampas are an excellent example of a self-sustaining system where productivity is increased through incorporating and managing the surrounding biodiversity. An example of the many biological interactions present in this RF are the aguacates around the perimeter. These trees provide shade for crops, protect them from winds, and serve as trellises for vine crops. Some fields have upwards of 140 different plant species, of which 96 or so are non-domesticated. Though they are considered non-domesticated, many are encouraged to grow. Others are kept so that they may interchange genes with domesticated crops. The high degree of biodiversity found in traditional chinampas helps prevent pests, allows for frequent harvests, and preserves soil fertility. Chinampa zones also provide ecosystem services such as flood control, humidity regulation, carbon sequestration, and oxygen production. They contain 2% of the world and 11% of domestic biodiversity, providing habitat to endangered species as well. Because of their ability to retain large quantities of carbon, they have become a part of Mexico City's strategy to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Unfortunately, these UNESCO World Heritage Zones have been subject to multiple environmental and cultural threats. Growth of urban land use has resulted in forest degradation, soil and water pollution, erosion, and loss of biodiversity. Because poorly treated sewage is supplied to the zones, the RFs have become contaminated with sodium, heavy metals, household waste, and even garbage. Farmers have seen a decrease in flowering, crop size, and yield, while seeing an increase in pests and invasive species. It is essential to remember that the success of Chinampa technology is due to the stewardship of indigenous communities and their relation to the land. Therefore, in order to protect these agro-ecosystems, we must preserve the cultural heritage of the region as well. Thank you for watching.